Hello there. So yeah, it's Daniel here. Man, today was a day of relaxation. You know, I woke up. I trained as usual, and then I went and I analyzed the week, and like wasn't that bad. You know, actually, I felt that. Uh, it's weird because I felt that I didn't put enough activity, but actually I put enough activity. That's more because I didn't have like a lot of presentations, but like this week I had more presentations than previous week. So like that's why you cannot rely on your emotions, you know. If you're moving towards a goal, you gotta actually look into like what are the actual tangible things that you're doing currently, that you're doing like daily to achieve the goal. And like you gotta look at that, at the numbers, you know, the activities, the hours, the minutes you put in. Like not like I think I feel that no, this is too ethereal, too subjective. You gotta be very like tangible, you know. Otherwise, like you're it's just guessing work, you know. So if you're gonna do that, just no go fucking like this thing of like, ah man, so pathetic. Those things of like, just wish, for things to be better, and they will be better. The thing of like I believe like in visualization. Fuck, how do I say this word? Visualization, visualization, visual. Oh, how do I say this word? Visualization. No, it's wrong. It's visualization. Visualiz. Wait, how do I say that? Wait a minute. I gotta discover.
Visualization.
Visualization. Visualization. That's real. Like not in the things of like if you think you're gonna make money, you're gonna make money. Like if you wish to make money, you're gonna make money. Not that type of thing. It's more like this is like way older actually, and actually it's more like um, so it's more like premeditatio malorum, which is like a stoic exercise where like you consider the possibility of going wrong, like of not working. Like what are you gonna do if this plan doesn't go as planned? Because most of the times like the plans we do, like they don't go perfectly most of the times. So like it's fair enough, like you consider the possibility of the failure. Okay, so like if this happens, like what should I do then? It's like contingencies, right? Contingencies. So like this is like real. I saw this from Michael Phelps. No, because I don't know, like my like the algorithm, it's gonna show things that I'm likely to engage, right? And like I'm into this thing of like greatness, be great, like pursuit of greatness. And I'm like, okay, if I want to be great at sales and great at business, you know, I have to look for some model, like and no, and like that's the thing, like it's all about the activities, like the craft, like in any craft, like there are people who are great, there are people who are good, and there are people who are great, and the greatest of the sports, of business, of of art, in art as well, they all follow. They have certain patterns, like for example volume. They all put a lot of volume in the activity, and it's constant like iteration and like the mindset. Like this word, it's has been misused, but like I would say it's more about their. I think like worldview. It's a good word to describe that. The way they see the things and like they perceive the world. And like then Michael Phelps was talking about this thing of like visualization of the thing going wrong, because that happened. I think was one of the races where he won. Like he already won the gold medal, but like he broke a world record, and then like the word like otter got into his glasses, like when they're no swimming, and then like he already predict that this could happen. He still won, and like he broke a world record, but like he was still pissed because he knew that he could have no make it like faster. He could have made like I think like half of a second like faster, and because of that he wasn't satisfied with that. And like that's the level, you know, that I'm going towards. Because like yeah, there's like I'm in sales, and like sales like it's like a fucking sport. Like that's the beauty of sales, and you know, and like it doesn't matter the craft, right? And like it's business, because business it's hard, and like I think like sales by itself it's it's I mean if you're like properly doing it right, like like you're an sort of entrepreneur. Like if you're like if you're real, like if you're like really into sales, like you're taking this serious. No, this is like pretty much a business. Like if you're like if you're like really serious about like how to contact the leads, nurture the leads, and like ask for referrals, and then like do networking, and like always improving the process, and like finding ways to find other leads. Like it's pretty much a business. It's like some type of what's the word? It's not like um fuck man, what's the word? A bit not a better version, but like it's like prior, you know, because like most of the business people, most of the entrepreneurs, they started in sales and then they went like to make business, to create a business. So, and it's very natural, you know, and that's the thing that I'm moving towards, you know. In business, it's hard as fuck, and like, it's all about like it's a lot about like the mindset, like your worldview on like how to be able to move forward because things will get hard, you know. And the point, the everything that I'm saying is that having these models like of people like who achieve great things, great leaders, great like CEOs, um, great athletes, they were all great, and the same principles apply to this thing that I'm doing, like to this software that I'm on right now. Because I know there's things that I can do to get a better outcome, to get a better result. But that takes time, That takes time, and it's not gonna be overnight, you know. And I was reflecting on the conversation that I had yesterday with this colleague of mine, this friend. Okay, friend. She's a friend. Um, and that was because like I was saying, man. It just takes time. It's not gonna be overnight. And the thing is, like that I'm actually getting better. Like now that I'm thinking about it, because of the conversation that I had yesterday, I was like, for example, like in the beginning, I was like in the first week, I was like, it was weird because I didn't understand the product, I didn't understand the avatar, and then I started booking the calls, and then I had my first presentation. I sucked pretty bad, but okay, fine. And then I had my second one, sucked. The third one sucked, and then like the fourth, I was like, oh, okay, fine. Like, okay, still like some doubt, and then like the 10th, the 11th, and then like continuously getting better because I have the transcriptions, and I was fucking recording all my pretty much like all my not I can say like most of it, like 90 95%, 90 90% 95% of my calls I recorded all of them. And so because of that, and like I also had I was like listening to like the calls of the other reps, and that allow me, to improve like way faster. And also because like when we were doing training, I was like recording, the training, and I only saw other like another's like just one more sales rep that she was doing that. You know, she's smart. Because that's something that I'm doing. That's smart. But and like now I don't have any difficulties in generating opportunities like with the leads because I'm just dialing and like my opener is working like it's working. Like now I'm my current bottleneck. It's more like about the closing. In closing it's more complex than that. Complex because with like setting and like calling the leads, it's short. And then there's like also the things of the messages, the way that I do it, the way that I handle objections, and yeah, like what works most of the time, especially like with the new leads, like it's easier. With the old leads, like after like 3 to 4 months, it's kind of like hard. Like what happens is most of the times they didn't no one like did the presentation to them, so like it works out pretty well. And it's more about like getting like for me now it's more about like getting the questions during the presentation and doing properly like now like for example because it's all about having a process, right? It's all about having a process. And like so far I've been like developing this process of the closing call, and like because I was just doing the way they taught me, and like yeah, because it works. Like if they're doing it because it works, but like it's 5%. From what I've seen, it's 5% close rate. That's the close rate, and that's shit. At least 20, man. At least 20. Yeah. So like now that I see my former supervisor, no, she was she was probably the best closer, and she was like 20%. And she was the best. You know, like I know that like with this offer, man, I can get like safely to 30%. Safely, no, safely. Like and like ideally, I can get to 60%, 60, 70%. I can. Like now that I'm thinking about like most of the leads, of course, there are lay down leads. There are like price shoppers. There are like people who would never buy the thing. Like yeah, but like that's like what, 10, 15%. All the and then there's the lay downs. They always gonna buy anyway. They're rare, but like let's say like 20%, like all of those, like the lay downs, price shoppers, not qualified, they never buy, like 20%. There's still 80%. This 80% they're closable. So like it's a lot of opportunities, man. So like it's a lot of opportunities. So fuck, man. It's a lot, you know. Um, it's what? It's like if I get 15, people like nine. I can like close nine. If I'm good, but like I gotta be good, like real good, really good, and then I can close them. But that takes time. So yeah, man, that's it. Let's keep moving forward. Let's conquer. Bye.